So, Rob Grimes with the IFBTA, and I am really pleased to once again, but actually for the first time, be able to introduce Amber Trendell, who's the Senior Director of Strategy. Not the first time I've met her, by the way, but the first time she's been on a Meet Our Member, and introduce her to you representing Oracle Restaurants. And Oracle, as you know, is a global industry supplier partner. So, welcome, Amber.
Thank you, Rob. Pleasure to be here.
It's not every day I get to talk to the strategy people. I talk to salespeople all the time. I talk to marketing people, right? But you're really driving that growth. So first of all, how do you
Mm,
personally,
Yeah.
stay on top of
Oof.
180 countries, languages, cultures, types of business, multi-industry? How do you stay on top of and learn? What are the resources? How are you, in fact, you know, getting the knowledge you need to be able to lead the strategy, within Oracle restaurants?
Yeah, admittedly, I don't actually know it all, right? So we've got a couple thousand people in the Oracle Restaurants organization that are working on very specific aspects of the portfolio, including things like fiscal, right? But yeah, we obviously we've got boots on the ground that are serving and pulling data. We listen very closely to obviously our customers. We run customer advisory boards. We participate in groups like IFBTA, right, which is really just invaluable. And so we trust our people and we have good process and good kind of knowledge base applications and
And you bring in people
systems.
that have worked in the industry.
We
I mean,
do.
I know many of your
Yep.
people. They could bring in people that
Yep.
come in
Yep.
from
And
the
we bring in
industry.
people that also are not in the industry. I think that's so important to have diversity in kind of, how they're thinking about consumer engagement. Because at the end of the day, every single time you have a great experience, whether that's at your bank or at your doctor's office, it resets the bar, right?
Right.
So now I, as a restaurant, am not only competing with the other restaurant, I'm competing with retail. I'm competing with maybe my utility. Maybe my
You may be
utility has a great
competing.
mobile app, right?
Yeah, you may be competing, but you also may be partnering with.
Sure. Yeah. But the real crux of it is in a consumer industry, you are only as good as kind of like that last best experience. And so it is
Yeah,
it's
but we
fun.
don't know
It's a
where
fun
that last
space to
best
be.
experience is going to
We
happen,
don't.
right?
Right. That's
Because
right.
our industry is changing today. I mean, besides delivery, you have these food pickup lockers that are put in office buildings. The last mile. Who knows? What the experience is actually. And then you start factoring in things like sous vide cooking in there, and then all of a sudden, you're able to distribute your product and make it in a much easier environment that doesn't require the whole building, right?
Yeah.
So who knows?
Yeah. It's funny you say that because it does also kind of go back to the kind of the driver for us to rebrand. So there were some questions like, what's the point, right? And for us, it's really the notion of a restaurant has changed so dramatically. It can be out of the back of my grocery store as a restaurant, right?
Absolutely.
So for us, it's literally if you are preparing raw goods into something that will be consumed, either eaten or drank, we are a technology provider for you.
You
So
enable it.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, you enable it. Or maybe we should say you feed it. You
yes,
fuel it if you were in a C store, feed it. I don't know. There's somewhere,
yeah,
there's
yeah.
somewhere in there. So the opportunity to talk to the strategy person. So do you want to share with us any secrets of like what's coming next?
Yeah, I think certainly, we talked a little about AI. For us, that is an important area to deliver on for our customers. I think everybody is trying to kind of grapple with, the boardroom wants to see what you're doing. but you have to deliver something that's actually going to make an impact from either a top line or a margin perspective. So that's
Yeah, you
really,
can't just spend the money just
you
for the sake
can't.
of spending the money because everybody's doing it, right?
Yeah, so we're very thoughtful around that, and we're building out solutions again, leveraging Oracle Tech. And then I think maybe for us to just kind of watch where we're headed in terms of continuing to expand the platform, right? Again, we will remain 100% open, but we do have the intention to bring, what customers are asking us for to bring which is basically kind of everything soup to nuts that you would need to run the restaurant. So
Yeah, I can only imagine, the requests, that email box that you're doing 24 hours a day that your kids don't see you. By the way, the positive thing is that your kids probably can go out with you and you can tell them all about the places they go because you're
oh,
so
they do.
connected with all of them. So that's got to be an advantage, right?
It's a quick. They're always like, "Hey, mom, it's Oracle." Yeah, yeah,
So they know that. That's good.
yeah,
I mean, hey, that works, that works across the board.
yeah.
Um, Well, listen, it's a pleasure to have you, with us. And I got to say that, Oracle has been with the IFBTA pretty much since day one. It started with Micros and it went over to Oracle. It's been since day one, and we appreciate that support. But also, it is a global world, and you just keep running into people everywhere. And I'm going to look forward to see what kind of things you guys are going to introduce over the next couple of months at all the industry events. So if you want to leave people with one of those things that you think, I just wish I need the industry to start thinking about this because if they're planning the next 12 to 18 months, what are the trends or what are the technologies that you believe that they should be thinking about from your perspective, seeing it all and seeing other industries?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I would double down on loyalty. I would seriously look at and think about what you're doing from a loyalty perspective. And if you haven't talked to Oracle about it recently, please do. I think we're doing some really interesting things. And the other thing that I think is pretty special and unique from our kind of background is that our loyalty platform is cross-industry. So we're drawing from experience across CPG, retail, restaurants. So we can really bring a lot of perspective and experience on what we've seen that works really well to drive whatever it is you're looking to drive, whether it's loyalty opt-in and membership or it's top line revenue. We've got some really good experiences across multiple industries. So
Well, suffice it to say, since you have the experience from those multiple industries, they don't need to call Oracle. They just dial 1-800, Amber, and they're
sure.
going to get those answers, right?
DM
So
me. Yeah, go for it.
there you go. Well,
Yeah.
listen, thank you so much, for, having this conversation today. I'm going to look forward to seeing you in person again soon. And I just again want to thank, Oracle Restaurants for their support of the IFBTA. So Amber Trendell, who is the Senior Director of Strategy for Oracle Restaurants and Oracle, a global industry partner member, thank you for being part of the IFBTA.
Thank you. I appreciate it.